I am Adanna Austin. I am your business coach and consultant, and I work with entrepreneurs just like yourself to get very clear on your goals, identify your ideal clients, and develop the strategies to grow your business. So that's what I do in a nutshell, right? And I like to come on here and really give you all some nuggets, some pieces of inspiration, and share some tips and tools as you actively grow your business, right? It's not a one size fits all, obviously, because everybody's business is different, everybody's goal is going to be different. But there are some things that no matter what type of business you're in, you need to take into consideration, right? So, today, I want to talk to you about engagement, 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 engagement. I'm sure you've heard that so many times, right? Why is engagement important? What does engagement look like? How do I get more engagement, right? And the thing is, one of the things that we don't do in business, right? We tend to just start these social media pages, start a blog, start an email, because engagement is not just on social media, right? We're talking about engagement generally. And you want to focus on creating pieces of work, so creating pieces of content, like user generated content, right? User generated content that is going to get your audience really talking to you, right? You want to focus on engagement because you want to do a few things in your business. It's really, really important for you to focus on in engagement so that you can do a few things in business. You want to build that know, like, and trust, right? You want to build know, like, and trust. Imagine going on a date and the person on the date with you is doing is talking, 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 and you are just talking, 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 and there is no back and forth. There is no asking each other questions. There are no what not reasons, but there are no you're not making an effort to find similarities with each other, share each other's stories, and that kind of thing. That is what engagement is. And engagement allows you to build that know, like, and trust. Once somebody starts to engage with your business, they not just like, but they start to leave comments under your business. They start to share the things that you are putting out. They start to respond to your emails. They start to leave messages underneath your YouTube channels, or start to follow or subscribe to your blog. Once they have done that, you have started to build a relationship with them. You're starting to get them more engaged, and you do that by using a certain type of content or a mix of types of content, right, to get your audience engaged. People buy from people who they trust, right? And not because you started a blog or you started to do videos or you started a Facebook page or Instagram feed means that you just go automatically going to get sales. It just never works that way, right? It just never works that way. You don't just automatically get sales. People have to understand, or people have to trust you before they make that decision to spend money with you. And that is why when you are putting out your content, your focus has to be, yes, it's on sales, but before you even get the sales, you want to create some level of engagement with your audience where they ask you questions, you ask them questions, you all are going back and forth, and really building that trust. That is how you get those really, really sparkling testimonials and referrals and that kind of thing, right? So that is one of the big reasons why you have to focus on engagement. I'm giving you 4 reasons to focus on engagement today, right? That is one of the reasons to focus on engagement, to build trust, because people buy from you when they trust you. The second reason you want to focus on engagement and getting responses from your audience is because based on the responses that you get, you know what you can find? You can find content. You can find content. That is the number one way that I find content, right? That's why I'm never short of content to share with my audience. That is why every week I know exactly what I'm going to share. That's why it's so easy for me to to map out 30 days of video content. It's easy for me to map out a blog post. It's easy for me to map out an email. It's easy for me to create programs and services that my clients need and want because I am engaging with them, and because of the engagement, because of the things that they ask, and the back and forth and the comments that they leave, I take that information, right, and I create content. So for those of you who are really, really struggling with content and like, what do I share? What do I say? Look back at what people have asked. What is the last question somebody has asked you? What was the last comment somebody left underneath your blog or your video or your post, right? You're using that information as content. That is why you need to focus on engagement. The more engaged that your audience is with your brand or with your products or services, the more content that you are going to gather, because you're going to see what people are really, really interested in, right? And you just take that same information and you create content that is going to keep them coming back for more, because now you're speaking in their language, right? And it goes back to you're building their trust, because it seems like you have listened to what they have asked, right? And you're using that same piece of information as content to educate your audience. Guys, you see how everything ties in together? It's not these things are not in isolation. Everything ties in together. And as I always tell you, everything that I teach you, even though I'm teaching them in pieces, they all tie in together. So that's the second reason you want to focus on engagement, right? The third reason you want to focus on engagement is because the more engagement that you have, the more eyes you get on your business, right? The more engagement that you have, the more eyes get on your business. The more time somebody comments underneath a post, the more time somebody shares a post, the more time somebody shares your YouTube channel or shares your blog or writes a comment underneath your blog, the more chances that it will get more eyes, because we know only about 2 to 5% of your audience on social media really sees what you post. But if you have really high engagement, meaning a lot of people commenting underneath what you have shared, right? A lot of people commenting underneath what you have shared, right? Or sharing what you have shared, then it's going to trigger the algorithms to show your content to more of your ideal clients. Guys, it works together. The algorithms are going to be triggered to show your content to more of your ideal clients, the more engagement that you get. Which is why I always tell you, guys, it's not just about posting up a pretty flyer and saying, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. You want to create content that is going to gather some kind of reaction from your audience, right? You want your audience to react. You want your audience to speak to you. You want your audience to engage with you. The more that you do that, the more that your content is going to be shown to your ideal clients. And this works across every platform, right? This works on your YouTube, this works on your blog, this works on your videos, this works on your social media, right? It just works. So that is why you want to focus on engagement. Yeah. And the fourth, I did trust, to build trust, to create content, and to get more eyes. Yeah. And then the fourth and final way, which I know is the most important for you, is because you want sales, right? Engagement leads to sales, right? A lot of times you might be posting something or sharing an article or sharing a video or sending an email or posting on your social media, and you're getting crickets. You're getting crickets because your focus is on the wrong thing. Yes, you want to focus on your money. Yes, you want to have daily sales, but your focus should be on, how am I being intentional and purposeful today? How am I engaging with my audience? How am I, how am I building this know, like, and trust? How am I building these relationships with my audience? So the more that you focus on engaging with your audience, right? And when I say engaging, I mean putting up user centric content that is going to gather shares and comments, right? That is going to encourage your audience to respond to you. It's going to encourage your audience to ask you questions, going to encourage your audience to share what you put out, going to encourage your audience to leave a comment or to leave their own views. The more that you do that, is the more that you're going to get eyes on your business, the more that you're going to build that know, like, and trust, the more content you are going to create, and the more sales that you are going to make. Guys, these things work hand in hand. They do not work in isolation. Make sure your business buddies and your accountability partners hear this message. Hear this message, right? It's all about your engagement. You all are focusing on the wrong things, right? You all are focusing too much on how pretty does this picture look, or how pretty do I look on this picture, right? You all are focusing too much on yourself and not so much on your audience. What does your audience want? How do I position myself so that my audience gets to know me and they get to know about the benefits of the solutions that I am providing to them? How do I get my audience to engage with me every single day so that we can build this know, like, and trust, so that we can build these relationships, so that I don't have to go fishing for content, so that I get content every single day, every single second of every single day, so that I can get more eyes on my business without having to spend a whole heap of money on ads or anything like that, but just like organic growth, right? Through my engagements. And how can I then turn those things into sales, right? The more engaged that I am with my audience, the more sales will come to me naturally. The more that sales would not feel icky, the more that I wouldn't feel like I'm begging for sales, right? Because I am more focused on the user centric content that I'm putting out, that is building that know, like, and trust with my audience. And because I'm focused on that, getting the sales is not hard. You understand what I'm saying? Getting the sales is not hard because I'm focused on building the engagement with my audience, the know, like, and trust, and the relationships with my audience. Yeah, guys. So those are the 4 reasons why engagement is important and why you need to focus on engagement, right? So just to recap before we go, you want to build trust. It allows you to build trust, right? It allows you to create content because content is everywhere. Every time your client leaves a comment, they ask a question, they jump into your DMs, it allows you to create a tremendous amount of content. It also gets more eyes on your business because it triggers the algorithm to really show your content to more of your ideal clients. And this is not just social media. This can also work for your YouTube channels and those kind of things, for your blogs, right? The more people comment on it, the more people see it. The more people comment on their YouTube channel, the more people see it, right? So it's not just on your social media. So you want to think about that, right? And then ultimately, once you focus on your engagement, then ultimately you get the sales. Because I know at the end of the day, that's what we all want, right? We all want the sales, right? So that is what you need to focus on your engagement. So as you move forward today in your business, as you go to post anything, as you go to send out that email, as you go to do that video, as you go to write that blog, as you go to put something up on your YouTube channel, right? Focus on the engagement. What am I sharing with my audience that is going to increase my engagement? And that engagement means, what am I going to be sharing with my audience that is going to trigger them or encourage them to engage with my content, to leave a comment with my content, share my content, ask me a question? What am I saying to my audience, right? Be intentional and be purposeful, ladies and gentlemen. So that is my message for you today. Share it, share it, share it, share it, share it with your business buddies and accountability partners and your friends and family in business, because this is a very important message and this is a very important lesson that you have to learn in business, whether you are a brick and mortar business, whether you are an online business, whether you are selling products or whether you're selling services, right? It's something that you have to always keep in mind. How am I engaging with my audience? How am I encouraging my audience to also engage with the information that I am sharing? Yeah. So, guys, be safe, follow the rules, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.